Imam Malik said he didn't give fatwa until 70 muhannik in Medina gave him permission. 70 scholars in Medina gave him permission to give fatwa. Then he gave fatwa. Now, Ibn Asakir, rahimahullah, says, لحوم العلماء مسمومة. The flesh of our scholars is poison. The flesh of our scholars is poison. You'll die from it. Summun qatil. It will kill you. Al-Zahabi said no one will speak about the ulama in this ummah except Allah will kill their heart. You need to qalbahu. He'll kill their heart. And the worst thing about a dead heart is when you hear wow, it doesn't have any effect on you. You'll just go on the way you were going before because the heart's dead. That's what happens. The heart dies. And one of the signs of the end of time is mawsul qulub. The hearts die. People have no fear. There's no taqwa. أول علم يرفع الخشوع. The first knowledge to be taken away from people is fear. There's no taqwa. The majlis, if there's no dhikr of Allah, if there's no ilm, if there's no ta'aleem, it's a waste of time. Hurry. The Prophet ﷺ said, Siratun yawm al-qiyamah, it's just empty, foulness. كَأَنَّهُ قَامَ مِنْ جِيفَةٍ, like he got up from a dead carcass. People that sit in gatherings and no mention of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no mention of the knowledge, these things. It just ends up jidal, just argumentation, politics, رأيي كذا, أنا أعتقد هذا, قال فلان, قيل, ما رأيكم. And it's just, that's what it is. إعجاب كل ذي رأي برأيه. والوقت أنقص ما علمت بحبه وأراه أسهل ما عليه يضيع. Time is the most precious thing you have, and it's the easiest thing to lose. And I'll tell you, time is going fast. Time is speeding up. If you don't think time is being cranked up right now, then I don't know what you've been looking on the terminal too long. Time is going fast, and everybody's feeling it, not just as you get older, even young people feeling it. Time is speeding up, which is one of the signs of the end of time. بادروا بالأعمال. Quickly go to action. Quickly go to action. When they say عرضوا عن الله قالوا لنا أعمالنا ولكم أعمالكم. Those who turn away from vain talk, what do they say? لنا أعمالنا. We just have our actions. ولكم أعمالكم. And you have your actions. ولا نبتغي الجاهلين. We don't want ignorant people that are going to waste our time. Because time is too precious. Like one of the Salaf in Mecca was walking, there were people sitting in the street, empty talk, and he said, Wallahi tamannayta an ashtariya minhum sa'atihim. I wish I could have bought from them their hours that they wasted. Just bought it. Because time's going, we're all getting gray hairs, we're all heading towards the grave. We're all heading towards the grave. And ghadan fil qubur, tomorrow in the grave, and we're going to be asked. We're not going to be asked about what's your opinion about this or that, or what do you think about that. Man rabbuka! Like riot, like thunder. And there's a lot of people that aren't going to answer that question. And a lot of them are going to be people who said, La ilaha illallah here. Because the Prophet ﷺ said that people will hear that voice of thunder and they'll just start shaking and they won't be able to talk. And we know physiologically that when people get intense fear, they can't talk. It's one of the signs. They call it stage fright. They lose the power to talk. There are people that take tests in the dunya. I'm telling you, they take tests in the dunya. And they can't remember anything. They lose. Everything goes blank. Their mind goes blank. They just go completely blank. And they fail the test. And you can't go and tell the instructor, I forgot it all. I know the answer. Let me take it again. It's over. Man rabbuka? Who's your Lord? And it's not enough to say, كان يقول الناس لا إله إلا الله فقلناه. People used to say لا إله إلا الله, so we said it because تقليد. في الكلمة لا يجوز شرعا. To blindly imitate in the kalima is not permissible. That's the rajih from the ulama. To make taqleed, blind following of our ancestors, our fathers, in the kalima is unacceptable. So this is the state of affairs. I don't know who has all this time, But there's a lot of work to do, all of us. And we're all muqassirun. I don't know anybody. In fact, really, if you look in traditional Islam, we all have hukm al-fusaq. Every single last one of them. If you took the traditional tahkim of the ulama before in the old days, and you show up in court and they look into your life, you'd be fasiq, including me. We'd all just be fusaq. They wouldn't even take a shahada from us. We couldn't even bear witness. And we're talking about Abu Hamid al-Ghazali. They wouldn't even take our witness. They say, "Imsi, get out of here, Hogar. You're just rabble." Something has to change. You know, people, we need to get doing things, not just talking. You know, I don't know, I just feel every day it just seems more urgent for me. That's the way I'm feeling. It just seems more urgent. You know, the sleep gets deeper, it just seems more urgent. But, you know, alhamdulillah, we're mu'minun, and nowhere in the book of Allah do I see you just give up. I don't see that anywhere in the book of Allah. The Prophet ﷺ said things are going to get bad. And what did he tell us to do? Badiru bil a'mal. Get working. When things get bad, get working. إذا وقعت عليكم الساعة وبيد أحدكم أسيرة فليغرسها إن استطاع أن يغرسها فليغرسها. If you're planting a seed, get planting it. Get planting it. And death is sa'a. That's sa'atu sughra, our own death. We don't have to wait for the big one, but it could be around the corner. وَمَا يُدْرِيكَ. What will convey to you? Maybe the sa'a is right around the corner. The Prophet said, بُعِثْتُ بَيْنِ يَدَيَ السَّاعَةِ. I was sent right in front of the last hour. And one of the foundations of our deen in the hadith of Jibreel alayhi salam is that we're supposed to remember the signs of the end of time. It's right in there in the hadith, the second hadith in Imam Nawawi's Arba'in. That is considered the essential hadith that explains the deen of Islam. And amongst that hadith is the signs of the last hour. And one of the signs of the last hour is the stupid people from this ummah will curse the first people. They'll just talk about them like they were نحن رجال وهم رجال. They're men and we're men. Wallahi, we don't have a man amongst us. We don't have a man amongst us. I want to see one man. Including, I put myself right in there in the first group of women. We don't have a man amongst us. When I was in Canada, somebody said, they were asking about the women, and he said, and I said, well, people have to, listen to the women. The Prophet took counsel from his wife. And one of the men in the audience said, الرجال قوامون على النساء. Men are caretakers of women. طيب هاتوا الرجال, let me see the men. بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض. That's why. And if you look in the tafsir of that ayah in the Quran, it says, إِذَا يُجَاهِدُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ وَيُنْفِقُونَ وَيَتَعَلَّمُونَ لِيَحْمُوا هَذَا الدِّينِ. They fight jihad fi sabilillah. They call the good and they forbid evil, and they study hard to preserve this deen. That's the tabdir. Where are those people? They haven't been around for a while. So don't apply some ayah that you think you're in there. Allah said الرجال. He didn't say الذكور قوامون على الإناث. He said الرجال قوامون على النساء. Men. And رجال, رجل in Islam is a maqam. Abu Hayyan al-Tawhid said ليس كل من عنده اللحية رجل. Not everyone has a beard is a man. So don't get deluded. Testosterone doesn't make men. If it did, all these men out here would be men, walking around like sissies, dressing like women, wearing their hair coiffure, getting their nails, going to the manicurist, getting facelifts. Now they have men getting facelifts. I mean, they'd be men too if it was just a hormone that gave you a beard. So maybe the mahal is mahal al-ghadab. I know I'm not meaning to be upset, but it upsets me. You know, I read a book the other day, which was, I just started it because I actually bought it. It was about Abu Hamid al-Ghazali. And the book, it turned out it was all just cursing. I couldn't believe it. It said on the outside, Sirat al-Alam, like the Sirat al-Alam, and it had Abu Hamid al-Ghazali. It was a small booklet. I bought it in Morocco. And then I started reading it, and he's just cursing Abu Hamid al-Ghazali. I couldn't believe it. Nice book, published in Beirut, looked very good. Even on the back, it looked like it was praising him. And then you open it up. That was to trick people to buy it. Sum al-asal, like the Arabs say, poison with honey. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala man wala. Just, I think that it's a natural condition that the